Who is your least favorite coworker and why? I have a coworker who just loves trying to one-up everyone. If you have a story, he has a similar one, but his is always worse better. The worst time this came up was late last year when a friend of mine took his own life. I was at work a few days later and mentioned it to him while trying to explain why I was in a shitty mood and really not looking to put up with other people's crap. And what does he say to me? He says with a disgusting smug little look on his face, "I have a friend who tried to kill himself, but I got there in time to save his life." It was like a kick in the gut, and I do not think I will ever forgive him for it. The dude is the messiest person I've ever met, mold and old coffee cups on his desk messy. I had a summer job as a janitor in an office building, and one of my jobs was to do deep cleans of every cubicle. I had 15 minutes to do each cube, but there was that one guy. He was infamous. I took one look at his desk and asked my boss if I could block off the entire morning for him. She asked why. I told her his name, and she immediately gave permission. I barely finished in time. It was 10 years ago, but I still remember the things I saw. The crumbs that came out of his keyboard could feed a small village. Jim. You'd think as a security guard and a retired teacher, he'd have developed some skills that help him handle any situation calmly. Nope. One time this girl was having a seizure at work. Jim started freaking out so badly that it raised the mother of the girl's anxiety so badly that she had a panic attack. Plus he's just so anal about everything. He absolutely must turn all computer monitors facing away from him because he's afraid of the radiation he will get from it. Yeah, everybody has a Jim story. I hate Jim. This guy Nathan. We all do things we aren't really supposed to at work, like be on our phones browsing Reddit, or maybe take an extra 5 minutes on our break. You know, harmless shit. Every time Nathan saw me do something he reported it. Fuck you Nathan, you piece of shit. We had a guy like that named Norman at a place I worked. He actually got himself onto the management team by constantly ratting on people. But there is justice to the story. He apparently got into it with another manager, Ryan, who had been there longer and was well liked. Ryan went to the warehouse manager and gave him an ultimatum: get rid of Norman, or you can consider this my notice of resignation. They demoted Norman back to the floor. I almost felt sorry for him after that. After months of being a dick, no one would speak to him after he lost his management position. He always took breaks and lunch alone after that. If he came walking up to a group of people, everyone would get quiet and stare at him until he left. I work in a warehouse, and 2 different times we've had people who were drunk at work driving forklifts. We have cameras, but they aren't watched, and I've said something both times. I've gotten a whole lot of hate and cold shoulders, but them not running over a person in an 8,000-pound vehicle I think is worth it. That is a bit different than taking an extra 5 on a break. This is kind of generic, but as a manager, whoever can't keep their shit together and makes me enforce the rules. Lots of rules exist because if they didn't, a-holes would take advantage and nothing would get done. Many of those same rules can be completely ignored when you've got a team populated with responsible adults who are actually interested in doing a good job. My team is all salaried, and I deliberately do not track when they show up and when they leave. Are they getting their work done? Yes? Good. Do they show up for all the meetings they're supposed to? Yes? Good. Can I usually find them if I need to discuss something? Etc. This only works when nobody is trying to take advantage of it. The moment someone gets it in their head that it means they can work fewer hours and get less stuff done because I'm not paying attention, I'm always paying attention. I just don't always care. Now I have to pay attention and care about annoying things like what time they got to work this morning. I used to work somewhere that was really laid back like this, and then one guy ruined it. He eventually got fired, but the changes implemented to keep him in line were kept on. Constant talker. Every second of every shift is talk, hum, sing, whistle. No one responds to her, and everyone ignores her, but it doesn't stop her gums from flapping. Am I right? Followed by no one answering every single day. The ones that never learn to use an inside voice. I shouldn't be able to hear everything you say from the moment you walk in on the other side of the building. These are also the same ones that laugh uproariously at everything for no reason. Sebastian is annoying and yells whenever his wife doesn't put cheese on his daily tuna melt. My co-worker who tried to tell me that cancer can be cured by eating healthy, organic foods which boost your immune system, so she recommends people not to get surgery to remove cancerous tumors. She says the risks of surgery is worse than having the cancer, and it will go away if you eat healthy. My coworker apparently went to the same medical school as your coworker. My coworker recommends letting a dog lick your open wounds so they will heal faster and not scar. Because a dog's mouth is so clean, and their saliva heals skin. She swears by this. I feel bad saying this because this girl is not malicious in any way. But my coworker never, ever stops talking. She is really into anime, not judging that, but it's not my thing, and she will spend literally hours detailing all the characters and episodes of her shows. She is also writing a fantasy book, nothing has been actually written of course, and spends entire 9-hour shifts detailing the ridiculous and unoriginal storyline. Now, you might say I must be encouraging this in some way. But when she does this, I literally do not acknowledge, reply, nod my head, or let her know I'm listening in any way. I will continue to work and even just walk out of the room without saying anything, and she'll start right back up as soon as I'm back. I've asked for quiet, said I need to concentrate, so I can't really listen to her right now. I've tried everything short of straight up telling her to button her yap. She still hasn't shut up for a single minute. If I tell the manager, I will look like a huge bitch. Start talking to her and don't shut up. Keep talking. Find the most boring thing you are well educated on, and unleash your flood of knowledge. Talk while she's talking. I knew someone like this. It's the only thing that worked. Oh, I educated him about all things running. Poor bastard. Talk while she's talking. Like you're talking into a mirror, don't stop. It might seem rude at first, but you'll find it entertaining at the very least. I was gonna suggest headphones, but this idea is hilarious and will probably work. Christina. She is the mean girl of the office. We actually used to be good friends, but we wronged each other. I apologized to her, but she refused to apologize because she did not think she did anything wrong. For a year, while I was dealing with infertility issues, she was going through a divorce, and that was all she talked about. Anytime I brought up my issues, she would usually turn it back to hers. Once her divorce was settled and I went through a third miscarriage, she told me she didn't want to hear about it because she didn't need to deal with the negativity. She likes to tell people how charitable she is, but she will talk bad about clients and has no empathy. She will walk by all her coworkers, it's a small office, and not even say hello until her one friend comes in, and then she acts like she hasn't seen her in years. She will make a big show of making plans for the office, but will exclude a couple of PPL. And she never confronts someone with a small issue. She runs to her boss or the office manager instead of taking care of it discreetly with the coworker. She is a shallow, small-minded instigator, and it would honestly be a harmonious office if it wasn't for her. I have a coworker that I'm generally friendly with and is an okay person, per se, like has never done anything bad to me personally. But when he gets on a customer service call about something that has affected him, he is so fucking rude to the poor agent. Like to the point that if I were on the receiving end of the call, I'd use the "Sorry you're breaking up on me, sir. Hello? Hello?" line and hang the fuck up on him. It's made me look at him in a different light, and now that I've seen him do it regularly, I can barely stand him. You can't be nice to me and nasty to other people for no reason. I see through your fakeness. My coworker who constantly milks the clock and stands around doing nothing. I usually don't have to deal with him, but today was the final straw. Mother's Day. The busiest fucking day of the year in the restaurant business. He comes in late, and is working the grill. I'm the baker, so I don't even work near him. He tells the other guys on the line who are extremely busy that he doesn't have enough pancake batter, which is his responsibility to stock since he's making the pancakes, and proceeds to take a 30-minute break before we open. He wasn't even there an hour. Then he comes up to me and asks me to make the pancake batter for him because he's super busy. I looked him in the eye and said, "That is not my job nor my problem. You decided to take a 30-minute break knowing you didn't have any pancake batter. Make it yourself, I've got things to do." He shut up and made the pancake batter. I work in a grocery store selling gourmet and imported cheeses. The person I work most directly with is a 55-year-old woman. I don't know why she doesn't like me. I can't think of anything in the 2 years we've worked together that would warrant this treatment, but she constantly talks down to me, grumbles under her breath about me, and talks about me when I'm not there. I had a mental breakdown in August of last year, and while I was gone, she told people I had complication from an abortion. When I went into shop, and a person I didn't even know asked me if it was true, I ended back up in crisis. Luckily, I have a fantastic support system. She also had started a rumor the only reason my husband had proposed was because I was pregnant. All of these hurt because my family has a history with infertility. I've tricked myself into thinking I don't want kids, and then I hear stuff like that and it hurts. That's just the tip of the iceberg too. She is legitimately the one person I hate the most in the world. Is it alright that I like every single one of my coworkers? No. Unless you're the one they all hate but don't let on. Who is your least favorite coworker? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.